This is the Liquid Courage Podcast, a in-depth look at every episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog. On this episode, we check out Courage Meets Bigfoot and Hothead, featuring Taylor, Tim, and Sheldon. Now here are your hosts.
Okay, so welcome back to the... hang on, that's low energy.
I was gonna say, don't do that.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Liquid Courage Podcast.
Hey!
Yay, fanfare. I'm
Shot.
Taylor. Oh, God, is somebody shooting lasers? But I am Taylor, and I'm joined as... well, okay, that works too.
Yep.
Wow.
I'll
Stepping
wait.
over my lines.
Well,
Anyway, and Tim's here too.
Ah,
See, I told you.
ah.
Hi, we're your weird friends on the internet. We love you and care about you and want you to know that you matter. Now let's go talk about a show that's a cartoon about a dog.
A very special dog.
A special dog. These are very special episodes. Courage goes to the bike shop. That's
Scream my ass real loud.
that's a different episode.
No, we're not talking about Courage Goes to the Bike Shop with Dudley. No,
No.
we aren't. We're talking about the third official episode of the season 1 of Courage the Cowardly Dog that has Courage Meets Bigfoot and Hothead, which are two very interesting episodes. And before we get started, I do want to clear the air, just so so we don't get things later on. When I say an episode is written by somebody, I've seen different discrepancies occasionally. A lot of places, like if you go to IMDb, they're crediting Dilworth, the creator John Dilworth, with writing pretty much every episode. But that I'm not.
In context, I think I said this last episode too.
Yeah.
When you have a writer's board or a group of writers, similar to what Rick and Morty is going through right now, because Dan Harmon is very open about how he does his writing, is that they meet, they come up with the idea of the episode, then they assign it to a certain writer in the group.
Yeah.
They take it away, they write the first copy of it, they then bring it to the head writer, which in this case would be Dilworth, and then from there they go back and forth. So technically Dilworth wrote everything, but at the same time someone else wrote it under him. That's why you see episodes like in Rick and Morty, Pickle Rick episode was written by somebody else actually, and they get credited for it a lot, but Dan Harmon also was sitting there like checking it and like, yes, we should do this instead of this, this instead of this. So,
I just want to get that out there because I noticed that the place where I get my credits, and then some of the other websites around the internet that are easily accessible have kind of not disparate, not like contrary information, but just like not the same information.
Right.
So I just wanted to kind of.
I do have the wiki up for this episode. And the writer for Bigfoot, Courage Meets Bigfoot, the first thing we're going to look at is Erwin S. Bauer.
Yeah.
So.
And that's what I was looking at, too, is that Irv Bauer, or Irving S. Bauer, were right. Yeah, he's Irv. That's it now. Wrote Courage Meets Bigfoot, and then you have a David Stephen Cohen for the other one. I'll probably say that again when we get to that one.
Sure.
But I just wanted to clear the air just so anyone listening does know that, yes, we're aware. We're aware, but we're trying to give you information as concise as possible. So we're all better people for it.
We're getting better one step at a time. I would say as if I was still in my AA group.
That's like as your therapist told you.
Yeah. I don't have any more trips.
Yeah. Oh no! You dip them all in ranch.
No, I had to celebrate getting my 10 days sober by drinking. Nope, fell flat. All right, that's fine. Let's
and
just move
sandbagged.
On. Yeah,
all right. Yay! Our first podcast sandbag. But So we watched Courage Meets Bigfoot and Hothead. And so we're going to jump into these episodes. I'd say they're both interesting in their own right.
They're episodes.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
Yeah, they ain't bad. This is no Cajun granny stew.
Yeah, but
this is a little bit more than that.
But it's no Cat's Motel either.
That's right.
Well, yeah, but that'll be episode 4 of the actual season here. That'll be our next podcast episode.
Cat's Motel?
No.
Okay.
The next,
He's
the next best one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay,
oh, yes. Those of you following along at home, just go ahead and look at your Cowardly Dog episode guide, and you'll know why I'm very excited. But
I have to do sleeping.
That is then.
That's all I know. They won't let me see it.
That is then. Now is here. But yeah, let's talk about these 2 episodes. They're episodes. We'll start with the A
Bigfoot?
episode. Yeah, we'll start Bigfoot. Let's start with the big of the feet.
Part 1.
Part 1, the big feet boy.
Bigfoot shows up.
Which shows up. Which, by the way, is not the first time there's a Bigfoot in the show. Like Bigfoot, yes, but like first time, not the only time there's a.
There you go.
Bigfoot in the show. God.
Yeah.
Oh no! Kids, don't do it.
Oh, he's already fallen. He's already fallen.
But he can't get up.
Tim's on the floor.
Oh no! Don't let me do the dinosaur.
But yeah. So the first episode is Courage Meets Bigfoot. Both these episodes air date November 26th, 1999. A year before the TSA. Well, 2 years before the TSA becomes a thing, so that's fun. That joke only works every couple of episodes because if I keep doing it, it's just going to keep popping up.
If our luck, you're going to say that, the next week the TSA is going to get dissolved.
Oh my god. And Courage the Cowardly Dog comes back.
Yeah.
But Courage Meets Bigfoot. It's an interesting episode. It is primarily it's not a chase episode.
No,
but there's not much happened in it. Is the problem.
There's I guess there's 2 separate acts, I guess you would say.
Yeah, I guess.
Not much. It's not much to either of these episodes, but either of these parts. But yeah, let's just start from the very beginning.
Yeah, sure.
The most blandest pie in the world.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's a normal day in nowhere. Muriel and Eustace in the front room, just kind of hanging out. Courage in the kitchen, eating some pie, and these 2 made fun of me for how much I was upset by this pie. Audience, go watch that pie. The pie that Courage eats, the piece of pie that Courage eats in the first part of this episode has no texture, not on the crust, not in the filling. This is a show where they do all kinds of weird little details. They had all kinds of CG later on. They do all kinds of weird stuff. And they were like, that's good enough for the opening sequence.
That's a pie.
Granted, it's pie. We've all had pies like that.
That's Jello pie.
Not great pies.
I don't know if that's not a Jello pie. It's a grape Jello pie.
Yeah.
What type of horror house did you grow up in?
Well, it was in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, get out. But yeah, so it's a normal day in nowhere, Kansas. They're hanging out. Courage is in the kitchen, not with Dinah, but with Pie. And he's eating he's drinking some milk. He's gonna eat some pie, and he hears a noise outside. I guess it's evening in nowhere.
I guess it was all nighttime. Yeah.
I think it's a strictly nighttime episode.
No, it's nighttime until the second part.
You're right. It does transfer to night. Yep. You're right. But the big kind of action parts, I feel, show up. They're the evening shots, obviously. But and he hears some stuff outside, and he goes to the window to see, and we don't see what he sees in kind of
He's a weird dragon fucking shadow eating garbage.
Yeah, the shadow that we see is not representative of the monster that we see later at all. And he's I'm gonna spoil it right now, guys. It's not as monstrous as you think because it's courage. But that's the way it is, and that's he sees it. He freaks out, as courage does. He screams, which is like a fun way to say screams, and he runs off to get Muriel and Eustace. And that's, as again he does,
as courage do,
as courage do,
as courage the cowardly dog do.
And he runs out into the living area, sees Muriel Eustace, and gives a description of Godzilla.
I mean, what else do you think was happening there?
No, but here's the thing. Later on in the episode, he gives absolutely just accurate, perfect, 1-to-1 animation. It's like the Wii Plus up in here. Skyward Sword Full Evo. I never played it. Animation. Like he does that, but this first part he's like, dinosaur, and he does like the whole Godzilla shtick other than breathe fire.
It was dark.
He does. And also, I have to say, legally distinct Godzilla.
Almost Reptar Godzilla.
Legally distinct Reptar Godzilla. Cartoon Network's version.
The king of dinosaurs.
They don't all talk. We don't know.
Distinct. So he does that. Muriel goes and checks. The trash can's all torn up. Oh, I'm sorry. The tea can. In what world is tea can what you use on trash can?
Now it's gonna be what I'm using now.
Yeah, I actually went out in between these episodes and taped on my dumpster outside my apartment complex the tea can. Yeah, tea
can. I think that we need to, the loyal listener. Here's what you need to do: go start a petition to legally change all trash cans to be called tea cans across America. I want Congress to pass a law. They can do that. It's allowed. It's interstate commerce. That's how that works. That's how the Interstate Commerce Clause works. They can do that.
Don't go too far into it. We know.
But that's, just do that. Do that for me. The rest of us can have tea cans for the rest of our life. In a generation, kids will just call them tea cans. They won't even think about the day that things were called trash cans.
And their parent will sit there and go, "This is because of Taylor."
Back in my day,
all because of Taylor.
We had trash cans, damn it! None of these tea cans. 2045.
What's trash, Grandpa?
Oh, it's you, Jimmy.
That's right. As he pats and shakes his little hair.
Go get the tea can.
Go get the tea can.
And then he cans
throwing out the trash.
Kicks him down a hill.
Garbage day. But that happens. They see nothing. They go to bed.
Later that night,
a lot of terrible a lot of creepy stuff happens in nowhere. But it seems like it's at night a lot, and that's one of those things that lends credence to those weird conspiracy theories about it all being in Courage's head and him not being able to notice the difference. Mm-hmm. I get later on we're gonna have daytime episodes. We've had
we've had them.
This is technically a daytime episode.
We've had one. Yeah. But like that always seems to be a big deal. And he sees something else. Muriel makes a pie, and the pie is the center focus of this episode. It opens the show. It's the driving force for the confrontation in the show,
right?
And then it's really the resolution of the show. Actually, this isn't an episode about Bigfoot. This is an episode about pie.
Amen. As all episodes should be.
I know.
He comes down to a better place if it was about pie.
Pies for everyone. Then wars would be fought over who had the best pie.
Or whoever has the most pie.
It's baklava versus apple pie. and then
So it's still America
and then
versus.
nuked.
I was gonna
Nuked.
say.
Everything's
So nothing's really changed.
So nothing will
No.
change at all.
Just
No.
pie's been added to the
It's
equation.
still a Middle Eastern conflict.
Beautiful.
But that's right. Now we're a political podcast. Welcome
That's the
to the
second
Courage the
political
Cowardly Dog
reference.
political podcast.
This
Yeah.
isn't what anyone signed up for. Myself
This is-
included.
This is the route we're going down, kids. But that happens. He comes out in the kitchen. Something is dragging the pie. Horrible noise in that scene.
Yeah, like
Did we determine what that was?
Was it a growling?
it was more like
It's like
I don't know,
It's
it's
like
like a
guttural breathing.
gasping, guttural breathing. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Well, I can't do that
It
anymore.
was like the
I-
monster was trying to breathe it off the windowsill.
I'm gonna make myself vomit if I do that again.
Don't do it again.
I won't. I've done it
Ugh.
several times.
Stop it.
We're not gonna go there.
Damn it. No.
No.
No. Don't.
All right.
Hey, America, don't play Siege with Tim. He'll just do that.
Hey, you know
Um,
what? I came in clutch that round. Anyways,
Psychological warfare.
exasperated. So, but Courage decides he's gonna not let him get the pie. Bigfoot gives up. Courage flies against the wall. Pie in face. Everybody laugh. Clown
Muriel's
cries.
disappointed.
Yeah. I said that clown cries. But
Oh, she's a clown now?
Wait, does the pie count as death?
no,
Oh.
No,
no.
definitely not. Because we were going to
No.
consume it anyway.
Yeah. Pies aren't sentient.
To you.
Nah, they're towel dispensers, but whatever.
Yeah.
Sentient pie. And she's like, use a plate, you filthy animal. I'm paraphrasing.
Right.
I would hope so.
And then it transitions to, I guess, Act 2, I guess.
Yes.
you'd say.
I would say the
Of
next
of
day
the episode.
would be act.
Yeah,
two,
next
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
We
And
see on the television that Bigfoot's been spotted.
yes, we see from the terrifying news anchor that Bigfoot's been spotted in the area.
That has somehow a more southern accent than any Kansan I've ever met in my entire life.
You know, I said that. I have been close to the Oklahoma border. It's danger close down there.
I was born there and lived there for a long
Yeah,
time.
but you were in a metro area.
Welcome to the
Like-
Metro.
Trust me,
Yeah.
it bleeds in.
Yeah, no, I've seen the Confederate flags.
Yeah.
By the
I've
way,
also seen-
Kansas, we were on the other side.
Yeah, I've seen the Wichita flag, which is suspiciously
Yeah, that's a fun one.
eh.
Don't do that. There's enough Wichitans that they will be mad at you for that one.
I'm one of them.
Yeah. Oh, you can say it then.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a reward for Bigfoot, and the reward is
Yeah. Oh, the reward is $25 and a lifetime
But-
membership.
to the Nowhere Museum.
But I
It's a
preferred it when it was just a lifetime membership.
Yeah, we didn't hear that. Tim was like, "No, they said something else," and Sheldon were like, "No, it's just a lifetime membership."
No, it's just a lifetime membership. Don't ruin the joke.
I
We
no,
were
I
high
went back.
fiving over the air.
So they didn't say what it was a lifetime membership for. They're just like, the Nowhere Museum is offering a reward, $25, lifetime membership. And that's it.
Well, yeah, then I bet that's implied.
Are they that good? It's a cartoon.
No, see, if you were gonna say like the Denver Museum is gonna offer a reward of $25 and a lifetime membership, you'd go, "That's a lifetime membership to the museum
For what? I'm in.
to get in."
Let's
I
do
guess that's
I
not
want
real,
them-
Tim. This is hypothetical.
All right.
But so that goes on. Eustace gets stoked because we've already established that he's a terrible farmer.
Man,
So
anything he can get
$25,
free.
man. Yeah, $25 buys him a lot of iron shekels.
For sure. Yeah.
And maybe he could buy Muriel something pretty. I doubt.
He won't.
No, he won't.
When did we just determine that Eustace is just a? You know what? I'll save that one.
Episode 1.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Cat's Motel probably showed that.
Yeah,
Also, it
you're
goes
right.
both ways, though, right? Because Muriel gets her revenge at the end.
Yeah, but I mean, like, self-defense, man.
Yeah. Eh.
But I made myself
Hands
laugh.
up, don't shoot.
Oh God.
Oh god.
But
Welcome to the political episode. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
what happened?
What
did we
happened to
go?
us? I don't
What
know.
turn did we take?
It's because this episode's.
We learned from watching
Yeah.
you.
We had to make our own fun.
Really,
it was-
after the reward, the only thing that happens is literally Eustace
Bigfoot
goes and tries to
shows-
grab like utensils to go and catch Bigfoot,
Yeah.
and then literally Courage goes in the kitchen and there's Bigfoot. Like,
and the most interesting part, the dance after a food fight. That's
yeah, that's true too. Yeah, no, the food fight was interesting.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is like we see Eustace getting his torture implements ready.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He's got beaten sticks and he's got all this stuff. And he has an iron shackle that he calls an iron torture shackle, and I think that might have been a slip. I think that this is the episode that shows that Courage the Cowardly Dog is actually a Irani sympathetic ear show.
Ooh.
Or a gulag.
It's not. I'm trying so hard to make it more than it is.
Well, I mean, if the whole family's there, it could be a gulag.
But that, yeah. Well,
I
You
watched
both
the
just
infographic
broke
show.
you just both broke my brain. I couldn't form a sentence.
Uh,
Oh, okay. And yeah, the Courage comes in the kitchen. He sees the Bigfoot, who's purple.
eating. He
Yeah,
was orange. I'd call him orange,
Muriel
honestly.
gave him food, though, right?
Yeah, no, he's hanging out in the kitchen.
And Muriel doesn't care. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, man. He's
and
nice.
He's there.
He's Bigfoot.
he's got the David Bowie thing with the two different colored eyes. It was nice to see that Bowie found work in the 90s.
Do we have to call him
Apart-
Ziggy if he does that?
No, because the Stardust period's over.
I don't think it's ever over.
Well, it is now.
Well,
Mm.
rest in peace.
Oh, now we're all sad. But and then Courage has a panic attack. They have the big food fight.
Better than the movie, surprisingly.
Better than the movie food fight.
Ooh, yeah.
No Charlie Sheen in this food fight.
I thought I saw him for a second.
No,
No
Matrix
poop
references or the Star Wars weird. No, not.
Yeah,
Oh.
that. Also, I want to take an aside. Have you two watched the movie Food Fight?
Yeah, I
I've-
watched the
yeah.
JonTron thing, and then I watched the actual movie. It was.
And then
it's
I regretted
bad.
watching
So
the
much
actual
worse.
movie.
It's bad.
It's so much worse than I
There's-
thought it would
He
be.
didn't hit everything. It's bad.
Oh
He
my
skipped a lot.
God. It's so bad.
So that is now our Christmas special for next year. Right
Don't you pin
between-
that on me.
No, I got no. I got one for the Christmas special. I'm not going to reveal anything.
Oh,
Oh no.
Yeah. You give me enough time and an internet connection, I'm going to find something, and it ain't Santa Claus versus the Martians.
I wish it was Santa Claus versus the Martians.
Too
I
bad.
have a lot of Flash cartoons we could watch.
But so then
So,
food fight, Bigfoot, and then
Dancing.
they make some fun statues with food, and then they somehow dress each other up as the Chiquita Banana Lady.
That's right. Yep.
And,
As they do.
yeah, and then they do a little like Latin American style like mid 40s kind of over the top stylized dance, which actually fun fact, here's some trivia for you. Their fruit outfits, dancing style, and music. I said Chiquita Banana, but I was not. I was not on base completely, obviously, but are all references to the 1940s entertainer Carmen Miranda.
Oh.
Yeah,
Nice.
so that's a weird pull.
That's
I think
a weird pull.
Yeah, for sure.
for this episode, especially.
Well,
But
if there was a series to do it, right?
yeah. Yeah.
Even they were going, we need to put something in this episode.
Yeah. And like that's what was kind of weird. But it's fun. Like that's a fun thing to know. So there you go. You can watch that episode with your friends and lean over to them and go, that's a reference to the 1940s entertainer.
And they'll go, shut up.
And then you'll look really smart.
No one asked you.
Your friends will love you and respect you more than they do now. But that happens, and then Eustace comes into the kitchen
with the combined humanity.
Well, he sees it first. He freaks out. He runs out, and then he comes back with a horror mob.
The pillar of flesh.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, as Tim stated, father from Codename Kids Next Door, but multiplied to 1,000.
Yeah, for sure. Some kind of shadow creatures that he found out in the horizon that somehow are really close to their farm, although their farm is in the middle of nowhere.
Eustace just moves really fast.
He is fast. He is spry for an old dude.
I'll give you that, yeah.
And the horror mob is there to capture Bigfoot, and Courage comes out and talks about and like does a terrifying puppet show, flesh puppet show. That sounds worse. Never mind. Backing out of that joke.
I like it.
Nope.
We're keeping it.
Nope.
Name this podcast The Flesh Puppets Show.
Flesh Puppets, episode 3, Flesh
No, wait, there's an episode down the line that's probably better for that one.
Oh, God. But that happens, and you think that the mob is gonna tear this poor Bigfoot fella and live from limb, and then a little old lady who looks scarily like Eustace
Sounds
appears.
scarily like Eustace too.
Because it's the same voice.
Yeah, and
no.
It's Eustace's mom. It's pretty much the same character in it, like the same thing.
And I'm 90% sure she shows up again.
This character specifically, or Eustace's mom? Because I know Eustace's mom shows up.
I think it's the same character. I think it's the same art style.
I think they're close.
I think
they're similar, but not the same.
Yeah, I think they're similar, but I don't think they are the same person.
They're not the same at all. Yeah.
Because Eustace's mom had more of a "you stupid boy."
Well, apparently I am unaware of everything.
We'll get there.
This just turns into Taylor's Wrong, the podcast.
Well, it's better than being the political podcast.
But that happens, and then the mob heart melts because it's like,
yeah,
a nice boy.
And it is good to mention.
I'm a child.
Yeah, it is good to mention that this is the second time that mob has come. Like, when they first hear on the news broadcast that there's a reward, and Eustace goes and jumps up. That's when the mom first comes on the door and knocks on the door. Have you seen my son?
Oh, that's just her.
That's her introduction. That's like laying the hint. Like,
that's foreshadowing.
Here's a little bit
of a child missing. That Bigfoot stole him.
Yep.
Bigfoot ate him. Delicious.
Well, that's Bigfoot ate my boy.
Yeah, Taylor, you all right?
I just have to go write a short story called "Bigfoot Ate My Boy."
Bigfoot ate my, and you have to be MAIBOIE.
My boy.
My boy. Bigfoot ate my boy. But
so Eustace, being the heartless man that he is, sees these two come together and decides, "No, I'm getting my reward anyway."
And then the angry mob turns on him
for, being an asshole.
Yeah.
Understandably.
Usually. Yeah.
But like that's the fastest angry mob flip I've ever seen.
I don't know, but we also have to point out that Muriel did do a star-studded pitch straight to his head with a
she threw the rolling pin.
That rolling pin's always going to get some action. You know it is.
So, she's picked up for the 2019 season for pitching for the Kansas City Royals.
God damn you.
Yeah. You guys remember when the Kansas City Royals won that World Series?
I'll never forget. Also, the year before when they lost it.
Hey, remember that next year when they were one of the worst teams in baseball?
Well, I mean, they're on a 3-year cycle plus a 50-year cycle. So 50, they'll be bad. And then if 3 years, they'll lose in the World Series, and then they'll come back and win the World Series, and then they're back to where they were.
You sound like a Cubs fan.
No,
it's
Royals.
fine. It's coming back. It's coming back. We're gonna be okay. We're doing it again. It's okay.
It won't happen in my lifetime, but I'll see them win in the grave.
Nobody can.
You're gonna be a Browns fan too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's right.
All the Browns fans are going to come after me.
No.
They know. They wanted their team. They held a parade for their bad season, Tim.
Oh,
I
know.
appreciate the Browns fans. They're good people. They stick by their team even when they're down. They're going to be amazing this year.
I'm not saying your joke was bad. I'm saying the Browns are bad.
Oh, see, now you're in trouble.
You're the asshole.
Amen.
But, yeah. And then it's all over. And...
the Bigfoot is released.
Yes. Bigfoot's released. He goes off with his mom,
who tells him to stay in the yard.
He's mad.
And it's over.
Yeah.
Well,
Muriel and Courage eat pie on a porch.
And then a banana out of nowhere.
Yeah, so what does
Courage's
Courage
mouth.
say there at the end? He said, there's a little bit of Bigfoot inside of all of us, right? Is that what he
There's
said?
a little bit of Bigfoot inside of all of us. And then, and the banana.
La, 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 la. All right.
Gotta make sure not every episode's super heavy.
Also talked about, we forgot to talk about Courage's weird foot fantasies that he had about Muriel and the big feet.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't forget. I just didn't want to talk about it.
I thought we were bad.
Yeah, that comes up. That was weird.
I'm going to squeeze this woman with my big toe. Squeeze her.
That was really odd, and I don't know why.
It's only gonna get worse.
John, you're really into this animation. Squeeze her between the toes.
Like, it was super. Yeah, it was really detailed. Too detailed, really.
Yeah, somebody had to pay that animator.
I'm starting to realize why the internet's the way it is now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was cartoons.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this and then Adult Swim as well.
And then Minx.
Oh, don't forget Totally Spies.
How
How could I forget?
To touch that.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to talk about
Amen,
Totally
you can't
Spies.
touch that.
We have an ND in it. Nope.
No,
No, you're not supposed to talk about it.
Don't finish
Stop.
that joke.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do the words. I couldn't
Good.
put the letters together.
My lawyer's just looking at me in the corner of the room. He peeked up for a second. It's like, huh?
Shut up.
If you've not, I'm going to shill for something, another piece of media. Go watch it after
boy.
this. If you have not watched the Totally Spies cartoon conspiracy thing on YouTube, if you just type in Totally Spies like conspiracy,
It's the most popular thing about Totally Spies.
It
Really,
is the most. It is the most popular response. It is one of the most bizarre looks at that TV show because he's right on so many points.
I'm fairly certain that show was Canadian as well.
Those damn Canadians.
They know what they're doing.
They're trying to make the kids
turn our
all
kids
weird. Trying to turn our kids weird. We thought it was the Japanese weird games, but it's
take a look at the
Canadian.
three people here, and you can see they succeeded.
Oh, they got me
no.
hard.
Joke's on you. Nope. I was like, I'm Canadian, but I'm not.
I'm like,
Joke's on you. I'm drinking maple syrup right now.
Open your throat. Open your throat.
No. Don't
Don't make
open
me
your
do
throat.
more noises.
Yeah, that was Bigfoot really. It's a pie-centric episode.
It was there. It happened.
As we said before, there was more content in this episode than the Cajun Granny Stew, but not by too much. But like
no,
enough.
but like it. I think it was an enjoyable episode for the most
Just
part.
not much to talk about.
Yeah,
you know?
I think it sets up kind of like for fillers in the future. Like they don't have to be like Cajun Granny, where it's that one joke over and over and over again.
Yeah.
This time they can do multiple things, and they kind of realize that. So,
well, and yeah, it had an actual arc.
yeah, that's
Like it had a story. It had gags. It had goofs. It had a good resolution.
And dancing.
And dancing. It had bananas.
It had Iron Shackles.
Why
Why did he choose to say it that way?
Who knows? Who knows?
Nobody
Now,
says it that
Iron.
way.
That voice actor's gone, isn't he?
He-
We can never ask him again.
Hang on, I got a Ouija board around here somewhere.
Let's get Eustace Baggs as a special guest character.
Let's see here.
I think he is passed. Oh, sad again.
He has passed, yes, sir.
Oof.
I'm always sad.
2003.
That's not long after the show went out.
No, so Eustace changed voice actors a couple times. So
that's the original Eustace.
So not entirely. So the first Eustace was Howard Hoffman. The second Eustace, which is this Eustace for this episode, is Lionel G. Wilson. Episode 34 through 52 is Arthur Anderson. And then for the Fog of Courage, which was the little shorts film that Dilworth made afterwards, that was by Wallace Shawn. So
gotcha. Wow, that's 4 Eustace.
That's a lot of Eustace.
Yeah, well, they had to go. So I think as well. Let me check here. Arthur Anderson also passed away, I believe. Yep, in 2016. So that is why they had to go for a 4th Eustace.
Why are we here? Just to suffer?
Usually, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like that's a lot of Eustace.
That's a lot of voice acting. Usually,
what is a herd of
many.
Eustaces called?
But also, we never noticed, right? I never knew there would be 4. I mean, the pilot episode, that's
the first
something different.
Eustace didn't speak much. He turned into a chicken.
Perfect.
Yeah, and so I think it'll be interesting to note as we move on, if we do notice anything.
Right.
We do, since we're watching these in the succession we should be able to pick something up.
All right, in episode 33, we should start to notice a difference.
All right, I'll mark it on the calendar.
Isn't there like only 48 episodes?
Yeah, there's 52.
Oh, okay.
See, we're fine. That's way more than I was. For some reason, I know the number of episodes of Courage, but boy, that hit me. I was like, that's a lot of episodes.
Yeah, episode 34, we should start noticing a slight difference. And then,
watch it not even be close.
Oh my god, that would be my favorite.
That would ruin my childhood.
He sounds like Doug Funny.
Let's we're trying to rate this episode and give our
I give it 2 pieces of pie out of 5.
I'm so happy you chose pie.
Thank God you chose pie.
Because this episode was an episode. I don't feel strongly about it.
Yeah, both of these, like even Hothead, the second part, and we'll get to that here in a minute.
Yeah,
they're very much filler episodes, which is why it's good to be pie, because pie is very filler for me. I don't know about you boys, but
why did you say filling?
No, it's a filler.
Oh,
I watch it in between episodes of That 70s Show. No, that's bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad for me. That's another sandbag. All right,
gone
already 2. But no, I'm with you. There's not much content in this episode. There's not much going on, and the only thing
that's
entertaining,
I guess.
Yeah, it's fine. For a filler episode. It's definitely on the up and up. I'll give it a 3.
Fine
out of 5.
It's fine. It's a 3. Fine episode.
Yeah. 3 out of 5. That's what I'll give it.
Yeah, I 3. I think three pieces of generic pie out of 5, and it's a fine episode. It's no Lobster in the Fridge like filler.
Yeah.
But it's not Cajun Granny. It's not any of the Dragon Ball filler episodes.
The series is only good as its filler episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's fine. It's inoffensive. It's not scary. It's not spooky.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of those episodes that you're like, oh, I love Courage the Cowardly Dog, and you like turn it on, and unless you really love this one,
Courage, I guess.
It's all right.
This is not an episode that's like really gonna pull you in.
You're not going out of your way for this episode.
This isn't the one you show your friends to convince them to watch Courage.
No,
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're trying to get your friends, you're not like, Oh, is it? You gotta watch the Bigfoot episode.
Yeah, he dances. He dances.
Yeah.
Good.
That's a 30-second YouTube clip.
Yep.
Yeah.
He danced good.
Like
He danced good.
So it's really. I mean, I think that you do see the series, the direction really kind of coming out though, in the fact that you start to see the fit, even the not so strong episodes are at least like fun to have on.
Yeah,
Like
agreed.
they're there.
While you're doing other things,
Yeah.
it's like there's courage.
Yeah,
There he is.
it's definitely okay. Like again,
It's not something that I'm gonna go, God, disgusting. Turn it off.
Oh,
Now, Hothead, on the other hand.
see, I really like Hothead.
I like Hothead, but it's still like to me. You know.
Yeah, it's still very much a filler, but we do get our first death for this episode.
Yeah, for this, we count it as one. Eustace will perish because explosions.
But let's build up to that.
Oh, too late. I've already done it.
Yep, you've already done it.
Spoiled it.
There's the Band-Aid. Okay, good night, everybody. But yeah, so 3B Hothead.
It starts out.
It's yeah. You want to take the reins? You can do it.
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it starts out with the best of like problems, you know. Eustace is bald, and Eustace feels bad about it.
Yeah. As far as like weird episodes go, this one's weird, but not for like monster design.
Right.
Not for situation.
Just the faces Eustace pulls.
Yeah, just for the artists, I think, just wanted to see how far they could push their
Eustace's
animation
face.
skills.
Yeah, the
and,
body of Eustace. Oh my
sensors.
gosh. By the way, the title card for this episode, if I'm not wrong, is still Eustace with all the veins in his head and his eyes popping out
Bulging
behind his
eyes.
glasses, and you see his gums, which are now gray compared to his red skin. It's very
You mean
brutal.
my desktop background now?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You mean my picture for Taylor every time he texts my phone, which he doesn't have my number?
Oh.
Oh, he does actually.
Yes, I do.
Well,
Way to
there you go
weirdly
now.
put me on blast on our podcast. Thanks,
Why-
Dad.
Why are you shooting him down?
Wow.
No problem. I try every time.
Yeah.
Mm.
But again, middle of nowhere, hanging out, same thing. Muriel's rocking back and forth in a creaky chair. Courage is as
God.
happy as a clam on her lap.
Yeah, he's a little
Eustace-
too happy in that first part.
Oh,
And
he's
Eustace is
a
sad.
happy boy. And Eustace is sad because he's bald. But he reads a thing in the paper about this place with this experimental hair procedure.
We'll give you hair.
Yeah, we'll give you hair. And it shows a picture of basically Monty Burns without hair and then with hair.
Yeah.
It was nice that Matt Groening allowed them to use that style of image in this one for Monty. Shame Smithers didn't show up. It's not Monty. Was my sarcasm not enough for you? Let me tell you. I could just, as I was saying that joke, I felt in comments.
Yeah.
I felt the comments going, Matt Groening didn't give. I felt it.
Matt Groening doesn't know about Courage the Cowardly Dog.
He's up here. Courage the Cowardly is down here.
I was like, I felt all the Simpson fans, which I am one of them, but all the not fun Simpsons fans coming down on me super hard.
By the way,
90% of them.
I'm looking at it now. So yeah, Monty Burns, but also not Monty Burns. Like that's
I'm gonna stick by my joke.
Nega Burns.
Bizarro Burns.
He's too happy.
Better.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yep. But that goes on, and then Courage is like, "I'm going to town,"
Muriel
And-
says,
and
"You
Muriel's
need
like,
to give Courage a haircut."
"So she take him to the haircut."
There we go.
He's got to go get. Also, I don't know why. Just say groomed. That's a weird thing to say about your dog. Don't say that you got your. Don't say you took your dog to get a haircut. Just say you got your dog groomed.
Once
You got
again,
a haircut.
Once
Dog got
again,
groomed.
gotta disagree. I grew up in a
Yeah, I
house
mean-
where it was everybody got a haircut. The dog got one. The cat got one. The possum outside. If we caught him, yeah, he got one.
Sorry, Taylor.
Man, we caught that possum outside. We didn't give him a good old.
I grew up on the outside of the metropolitan area.
Your hometown, Tim. Did you read the thing that the city of Wichita now has a coyote warning attached to it?
Sure. Yeah, why not? Sure. If I was in town and I saw a coyote on the street, I'd be more scared for the dog, especially if it's on like 13th Street where I used to live. That dog gotta run. That guy's gotta go. Or coyote. That coyote's gotta go.
I'm like,
he's gotta get out.
What he was talking about.
Doggo. I mean, coyote.
Stray dog, whatever. It's the same shit. Like, that dog is not in the right neighborhood. Cats own that neighborhood. They're gonna tear him up. They're gonna tear that coyote up.
You lived in an animal version of the Jets and the Sharks of West Side Story.
They were literal Jets and Sharks.
Oh my god. So yeah, Hothead, Eustace begrudgingly takes courage with him. Doesn't take courage to get the haircut, though.
You know, he looks like the type of dog that doesn't need a haircut anyway. He just sheds a lot.
Yeah, I assume Courage is a short-haired dog.
Yeah,
we
never looked up what he is. This. Yeah.
But then again, I've never seen Courage after missing a few appointments. Who knows?
True. I guess he could be a woolly boy, but like he could be a scraggle man like my doggo. But I don't know.
He is a undetermined breed, by the way.
Well, thank God.
Thank God for that Google search.
Oh, sorry. When I look up the fan wiki, by the way, thank God for this fan wiki. Actually, undetermined breed.
I would say he's a miniature Labradoodle mixed pit bull.
Species dog.
I love the internet. We have.
What's his alignment?
Lawful good, duh.
I don't know. I'd call him chaotic good.
He's got a lot of friends.
Lawful good would do whatever Eustace says.
I don't know, but Eustace is not a good person.
Yeah, so he wouldn't follow Eustace. He'd follow Muriel.
But he'd save Eustace.
Which he does from time to time.
See? I'm thinking that's lawful.
He's either lawful or neutral. Lawful.
He's a good boy. I think he's a good boy. But
anyways,
yeah. So that goes on. They go to the experimental place, which they drive up to, and they pan up, and it goes on forever. Like
it does.
That is some impossible space.
It's right astronaut training. That's all it is. That's all they copied.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's what's so. I love that fact that they.
Eustace is a perfect astronaut, by the way.
Yeah, we now know. Eustace, Courage, wait. A little old man comes out of a doorway. He's very appreciative.
Very appreciative.
Magoo walks off with his goo, his hair goo. And then Eustace gets called in. By the way, in the lobby scene, I could not. There was a song playing in the background.
I didn't catch it.
I did, and it was driving me insane. It is a version of "Beautiful Dreamer" by Stephen Foster.
Oh,
so there's that. Yeah,
dreaming of a new lush head of hair.
But I'm not. They had to have keyed it down or something because
they had to make it royalty free, right?
No, I bet they probably paid for it. But I think they did it. I think they made it weird because it's Courage. Because it just sounds slightly off. You know,
it doesn't take much. Just a strong note here, maybe a too high of chord there.
And so that goes on. Then Eustace goes through astronaut training for a while.
Quite a while.
And that's when we realized that this was an episode for the animators.
Courage, yeah.
Man, we saw so many different
Eustace needs some help.
He's got a lot of old man jowls.
He's got a lot of skin left there.
It's hidden. He's got it tucked away.
Like, he is a skinny man, but boy, oh boy, when the pressure is applied, he turns into, like, the most horrifying creature. He actually looks...
It's Melt Man.
The Marshmallow Puff Man from Ghostbusters.
With the power to melt.
No, in the Hot Rod world, are you guys aware of the character of Ratfink? He's like a big green rat with terrifying eyes and a big, like, grinning jaw, and he's got weird faces.
I don't know
I
this
don't
one at all.
comprehend anything that you're saying right now.
Fine.
I mean, it's terrifying what you're describing.
It's fun and terrible, let me tell you. But if on your end at some point in time, you have to look it up. He does there's a lot of like weird Ratfink-esque podos in it. There's Poto.
That Poto.
What happened to me?
You're having a bad night, aren't you, friend?
We're getting towards the end of the episode, and we're already showing our liquid courage.
Listener at home, Google Ratfink. You'll know what I mean. He's a fictional character. He's also a rat.
So.
Oh, stop it. He's terrifying. Did you look him up?
Yeah. That's why I hope he's fictional, because if he's in my dreams,
I think I know.
He's a problem. But that's Ratfink, and Eustace kind of gets that one, that's the spinning chair one, the G-force machine.
Yeah, I could see that.
That is 100% what went through my mind was Ratfink.
Interesting.
So yeah.
While that's going on.
While that's going on,
needs to pee.
He has to pee so bad. Gotta pee so much.
That's what I found.
And so he gets up and he walks away. He slips out of his collar, goes into the bathroom, and while he's in there, which we also now figured out that Courage stands on two legs and has a fly that he unzips to pee.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, I don't like that narrative. I've never enjoyed the idea of cartoon animals wearing fur suits.
Well, now we know where it all comes from, though, right? It is.
Go ahead, Tim. Where, Tim?
We're recording on Fur Friday, I want you to know. Something that I found on Twitter that I wish I didn't find today on Twitter. I was disturbed all the way.
How did you... No, you don't just stumble upon that one.
I stumbled upon it. I don't know what the hell
No.
I think it might have been all the gaming stuff I've been following. Somebody here or there is like... Yeah, here's gaming. Also, it's Friday, so here's my...
As a man that stumbled upon the Showbiz Pizza forum...
Yeah, how could you say I couldn't stumble on...
I'm going to go ahead and tell you that you just can't stumble upon that Twitter account. Twitter doesn't work that way.
If you'll admit something, I'll admit something.
I'm not admitting anything.
That's
what I'm worried about is... Tim, do you have...
No.
Tim?
No. It's literally, it was a hashtag.
Animal?
It was a hashtag.
Do you have an anthropomorphic animal locked inside of you that you want to come out?
Tim the tiger.
Well, why is
my God.
No, it's Tony the tiger.
No, you're Tim the tiger.
Oh, you instead of saying you're great, you just say you're like, it's okay.
It's fine.
You're not there yet. You're like his cousin that got like second place.
It's fine. Where's everybody else?
Oh. Don't worry.
I can't wait till we get people listening to this and we just get fan art of Tim the Tiger.
The backlog of fan art. The worst thing in the world.
It's my favorite.
I'll make sure to make a video of my mom looking at all of it. This is what you paid for to let me go to college.
This is it. Hi, Mom. I'm in jail. But this goes on, and let's get back to the episode, guys. We've gone off the rails.
We went far.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah,
I tell you.
He's in the restroom. The little old man is there. He puts the hair tonic on, washes his hands, go to get a paper towel, and we've all been there. You go to get a paper towel, it's gone.
It's angry.
Gone.
And then,
I've never been that angry.
I have.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Because you're just like, who the fuck took the last one?
It didn't refill it or put something else out.
What is this? A fucking
Zoo.
Yeah, let's go. A third-rate
world country.
One of us went political, the other one.
A third rate.
Nope, too late. I auto-finished your sentence for you.
It's probably better that way.
It's shown the third world country. No paper towels. I hate this place.
Then he does the thing at the end of Accepted that we thought the boy couldn't do. Instead, the whole place explodes.
Yeah, the old man gets mad. He gets the veiny thing. Courage takes refuge in the toilet he just peed in.
Yeah, I mean, desperate time comes for desperate measures.
The old man blows the paper towel dispenser out of the building. And that's when Courage realizes that there's something wrong with the hair tonic that Eustace is going to get.
Not only that, but Eustace is probably the worst person to get his hands on this fucking tonic.
He's so angry.
This guy that just blew up the the towel dispenser, he seemed pretty chill.
Yeah.
He seemed like a nice guy. He thanked everybody in the room 5 times.
Yeah.
That's great. But
guy.
By the way, the warning, when all this happens, he explodes. He doesn't die, but the pill bottle rolls towards Courage and he reads it. The actual warning on it is like, when using, do not get angry, do not get mad, do not get upset, or else.
I like or else as a threat. It's just or else.
My doctor put that in my last prescription as well. Take this, or else.
Or else what?
She wouldn't finish the statement, but I think I got the gist of it.
Oh.
I think all pills should come with that.
Or else.
Or else.
Side effects, or else.
Take this inhaler, or else.
So that happens. Courage runs back. Eustace gets his hair tonic. Courage tells Eustace about what happened. Eustace goes, "How'd you get off your leash?" And that's it.
And Eustace doesn't care.
Does not care. Does not believe the dog. Does not think about the dog. They get back in the car. The pickup. They drive back towards nowhere, where the first appearance
of Tim.
Of Tim. He's in it, guys. If you don't know what we're talking about, he's so I believe
stereotype.
Yeah.
He's a pretty bad one.
Yeah.
You fool.
He is an Asian American character. And he shows up later, and I think that's the best part, but and we'll talk about it more later. But he cuts Eustace off. Eustace gets mad and blows the car up as it's driving away. And Courage sees the whole thing kind of happen, and he freaks out a little bit.
I knew this would happen.
And then they go home, and Courage then spends the rest of the episode, the next, like, what did you say? Day? Probably 10 minutes of the episode.
Yeah.
About 10-minute mark around there. Basically trying to make sure that Eustace doesn't explode.
And there's a lot of cliches.
Or explode the things.
Yeah.
So I don't think Eustace gives a one flying fuck about Eustace being okay.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
The first thing is he's trying to fix Muriel's squeaky chair, and then right before
Muriel didn't help the situation, to be perfectly honest.
Well, she doesn't know.
Yeah.
And she's been married to him probably for what, like a good couple of decades, so.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the character's actual name is Dai Lung. Dilung. The Asian guy. It is voiced by an animator named Tim Shi Lai.
There you go. That's why. That's
why Tim is on his license plate.
What a good Easter egg.
Yes, that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
So there you go, folks. But that goes on, and that goes through basically Eustace getting mad, blowing things up. Blows up the telephone.
Mm-hmm.
Blows up the kitchen.
Blows up the can.
Yeah. Blows up the chair. blows up a lot of stuff.
No, I think you nailed it. I think you got everything.
Yeah, I think that's it. And then he got to the climax, I guess you would say.
The needle.
Yeah. In which basically Muriel just sends him over the top, and kaboom.
Well, Eustace, if you can't even fix my squeaky wheelchair, why don't you just thread this needle? What are you? You can't even call yourself a man if you can't thread this needle. Come on,
it's a needle. You could thread it. Look at your big, strong arms as he holds up his bone-thin arms.
He's an old man. Yeah, and so he gets mad, but actually what happens is we're like, oh, he's gonna blow up because of the needle, and then he gets a long curly red hair.
The fact that he is a redhead is kind of astounding to me.
So it makes sense why Muriel's married to him now, though, right? He could be Irish.
They could be. I think that's the. Are
you saying the Irish should marry the Irish?
No, I'm saying the Irish sometimes have red hair.
Yeah, he's right. What are you doing? What are you trying to make this, huh?
Hey, don't push me. Don't push me too far.
Yeah. Sorry,
I've already threatened coyotes with a neighborhood full of cats that are ready to attack.
Yeah. Well, you didn't threaten them. You warned them, which was awful nice of you to do. Coyote population.
They're not leaving.
But
they're not going anywhere.
And so that happens, and then kaboom! Everything explodes, and then we know that Eustace doesn't come back. So we go, well, clearly
Eustace died.
Yeah, and so kaboom! It's all gone. Oops, all berries, and that's it.
Yeah, it's a very fast. Like, as soon as they get back from the institute or whatever, the experiment that's going on, it's very fast right after that. And it's just, like, one explosion after the other. Yeah, he gets angry. He stares at it. The house quakes every time he gets angry. But
we always come close to destruction every time.
Yeah.
And, that's pretty much the episode. If you look up if you try to find trivia for Hothead specifically, besides the Beautiful Dreamer thing, there's the first appearance of Dai Lung.
Right.
The old man apparently has a name. His name is actually Floyd.
Oh. That's right, it is.
And there's another. Floyd. Yeah, there's another thing that says something about the announcer.
Yeah, so I see it right here. There's an innuendo that the announcer says. So when he's asking Eustace questions as Eustace walks into the room, Eustace doesn't hear them all, and he's like scratching his head and everything.
Huh?
One of the things the announcer asks is, what's 414 divided by 6? Which equals 69, which of course is a sexual position.
What?
Oh, in a Cartoon Network show?
But I don't. That's one of those things where I go, is that like real though? Like,
I don't
really
know
what they meant.
Well, I mean,
hey, listen.
It could have been.
You want to get anything you can past the censors because that's just part of the fun.
And you also have to think about this. This is the very early stages of Cartoon Network, so you can get anything past there for Turner. Yeah, they had Adult Swim. As long as you weren't that, you could probably make daytime television.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's always just one of those things where I go, did they mean that, or did it just happen?
Or are people just going, haha, 69?
It might have been just like an outtake, right? So they had just like 30 things that the announcer was supposed to say in a voiceover booth, and they were like, all right, start reading them off, and he starts reading them off, and he reads off like 6 or 7 that they liked, and that may have been one of the ones they liked. And there could have been more. Who knows? Like, that's kind of something that the a voiceover person does, is that they get a list, and there's some in a situation like this where it's not really paid attention to, they'll say whatever, right? So
because and that's I get that, and that's why I think it's probably just more of a coincidence. Maybe it was an intentional line, but I honestly don't know if that's...
Maybe it's an inside joke. It could have been totally just like 414 was the room that they all met in when they were writing or something like that. Yeah. We have no idea. There's no way to know that too now. Unless, Dilworth comes out and goes, 414, that's my locker number. Like,
and 69 is a funny number.
Oh, there he is.
That's it. Oh, he did it.
Oh, he pointed it out.
Yeah. But so our courage death counter
is that
just
one?
It goes up by one.
So we have 3 generalized deaths, and we now have 3 Eustace deaths. We're even.
Well, does that coincide at all? Do you think?
I've maybe. I guess we'll have to see if the trend continues and see what happens.
This is the person that we don't care about.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Isn't that like? Yeah. Let's.
The irony. Yeah.
Whatever.
But,
irony.
Shit. So what are we grading this episode out of?
I think it's bulging eyes.
Oh, I'm with you there. That's
either bulging eyes or veiny forehead. But I think bulging eyes.
I like bulging eyes a lot.
I'm probably gonna rate it the same as the Bigfoot one, 2 out of 5. I don't feel strongly about this one way or the other.
Yeah.
I'm not far from you there. Like, I gave 3 out of 5 in the last part of this episode, but this should be 2. Like, there's not much that goes on after he gets the tonic. It's just like, how angry can he get?
It's building up. Here we go. What happens next?
But I will give it a 2.5 just because of the curly red hair that comes out, which he's happy about at first, and then it drapes over his head, and then he's not happy.
Yeah, I get that. Again, it's a one-note joke. Like, it really is.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's not bad. Like, I've seen that joke played worse before.
Many times. Yeah.
Way worse. So yeah, 2.5. Again, it's... I think this one's good because there was a meme going around for a while with Eustace's. Yeah. And I want to say that was like one of the briefest memes I've ever seen. Because I'm 90% sure I saw like 2 things of it and then it was gone.
Yeah. That was definitely in the fastest period of memes.
And so, like, I don't know, if you're a meme historian, I don't like that I use that word.
Is that not... I have a degree in meme.
I have a degree in memeology. This podcast episode now banned in the the word meme.
Meme. Yeah.
But stupid. But that's if you want to know where that weird screenshot came from, it's a good episode to watch. It's a one-note joke. It's creepy. It's weird to see where the animators take everything. But I think this was definitely I think these 2 episodes are definitely just kind of we'll get something done, and then we got a couple of ringers in the pipe next.
Yeah, for sure.
And that almost seems like, I wanted to say that was the pattern, but since Cat's Motel and Cajun Granny were on the same docket, right? I can't even say it's a pattern, you know?
Yeah, and then it picks. I want to say it picks up here after this for a couple episodes. So,
yeah, definitely. I'll give you that.
I won't skip ahead.
No.
But
don't spoil it for our fans.
There's something to do with a mattress.
Don't spoil this 10-year-old cartoon.
Don't spoil it.
And a badger.
Yeah, we've got some good ones, some really good ones coming up in the next few runs. These are definitely okay. Like, again,
these are the ones that make fun of, right?
Fine. Yeah, they're fine. They're fine. I don't think anybody has fond memories of Hothead. No. I think Hothead's creepier than Bigfoot because of the faces, but that's about it.
It's it's more gruesome, I guess. Yeah, for sure.
So like, I don't know, if you're a fan of like weird faces and that type of stuff and the way cartoons do motion, this is an interesting one.
If you were a fan of Ren and Stimpy, you might like Hothead more than Bigfoot.
Yeah, probably.
That's all I would say.
I would see that. That's what I would agree with you on that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. I think we can't talk anymore about this. We have exhausted these two
episodes. This is everything that's happened. This is it.
This isn't like a deep involved.
There's only one thing we need to add here at the end, though.
What's that?
Eustace never fixed the creak on her chair.
God, he never did.
Even in the ending part, the chair is still creaking.
He tried his damnedest.
No, but it doesn't. Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
And you wondered why he wanted to kill Muriel with his explosive powers.
And that's. Yeah. I got nothing else.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess it's time to say goodbye.
I'm spent.
He's out. He's
internet.
Gone. Good night, everybody. Political episode.
Next time.
Yeah. Liquid Courage Podcast. I was Taylor. That was Tim, and that was Sheldon. And come and join us next time.
I'll be Tim.
Next time. It'll be the Demon in the Mattress and Freaky Fred!
Freaky Fred!
Until next time. I love
Freaky Fred. All right. Bye-bye, folks.
Bye.
Miss you. You're very pretty. Enjoy your life.
That was the Liquid Courage Podcast. An in-depth look at every episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog. On the next episode, we check out The Demon in the Mattress and Freaky Fred. Music was provided by Visionless. You can find them at www.soundcloud.com/VISIONL3SS. We do not own the rights to Courage the Cowardly Dog. Until next time, have a wonderful night.
Next time you want to play, stay in our backyard.
Sorry, Mommy.